Okay, Kay. You are back. Hopefully, hopefully it doesn't give us fits. Hello again. So you can't convince us that it's too soon, Robert, because then you wouldn't keep coming on. You'd be like, yeah, I'm enjoying the warm weather later. Everything okay with the audio and all that good stuff? Okay, wonderful. So I have this idea to talk about the role of men and women. And actually, that goes into a couple of different places. Okay, so um, maybe I don't have a place to speak from this. Uh oh, says my connection is unstable. So is it good or are you buffering? Hmm. Okay, yeah, every once in a while it tells me it's buffering. So, um, okay, thanks. So, anyway, all right. So, I've been thinking on this idea of I've talked being a man or, what real man is. Okay, it's telling me I'm unstable again. I'm unstable. Real. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Okay. I'm hoping maybe um, this will do a little bit better. I'm going to try this. I closed down some windows and I might be able to, actually, I have a lot more windows open. So if it keeps buffering, I'll try to close down some more um, because I am notorious for having 20 windows open. Like I have Internet Explorer open, I have Google Chrome open, and I have the Brave browser all open right now. And each of those has multiple windows open. So, but that's the way my computer runs at all times. Okay, so um, real men. All right, Bill, Robert, what is a real man? What do you guys think? Because I have some thoughts on this, and I mean, is a real man the man that grunts and sniffs and scratches and gets in fights and um, all that stuff? Or if you don't do those things, are you a soy boy? Hmm? Is there an in between? Come on, guys. What do you think? You gotta help inform me. What is a real man? A real man is your everything weak within you? Should be. Okay, explain that, Bill. I'm not sure what you mean. I should um, I should turn the tables and call you and make you tell us that way. Everything weak within you. Yeah, you're gonna have to help me out on that one, Bill. What about you, Robert? Or ladies? I was trying to give the guys a chance first, but what is a real man? Right, D? Put him in the hot seat. At least he did give me warning that he was gonna do that, not, on the fly. A real man showcases his true self all the time, no acting. Okay. Men and women need to lift each other up in relationships. They should counterbalance one another. Yeah, um, I like both of those ideas. Um, and that, what Bill is saying, actually plays into um, the other idea of a video I was thinking about doing, um, just about the lies that um, the lies that the feminist movement tells us, or the lies of the feminist movement. And so I'm gonna kind of switch gears here because these two ideas are closely related in my mind. But um, my first thought is that the biggest lie that the feminist movement or tells is that it tells women that it is for women. It tells um, it tells women that it's on their side, and I think that's the exact opposite. I think that is a complete untruth. Okay, that the feminist movement is fighting for women. KK says that a real man provides for their better half, and the woman should also. Yeah, well, um, and that's part of in thinking about the lies of the feminist movement. Um, One of the things, so first of all, right, is again that the feminist movement is for women. So I think that it is a lie to women to start off with. And then I think that one of the biggest lies as well is that um, is that it lies to women by telling them that they aren't good enough. Um, so it's really interesting because it lies to women by saying, you're not good enough. You need to do something different. You need to stretch in a different way. You need to, you need to, um, hey, Len, I don't know you, but welcome. um, that you're not enough. That's what the feminist movement tells women. And it's interesting because they're saying you're not enough and we're going to fight to make you enough, which is really interesting to me. Um, so prior to the big feminist push, right, with women staying home, raising children, it doesn't mean that they didn't work. Um, it doesn't mean they couldn't work. It just means that they mostly, um, stayed home and raised their kids. And the feminist movement tells us that, um, well, good, welcome. um, the feminist movement tells women that that isn't good enough, that your contribution to your home, to your family, to your society, to the world is not enough. So we've got to change things around. But don't worry because we're here to save you. And where does that lead? Where has that led us to? Um, and actually, before I go on with that, the reality is that that's a lie. Men and women have different roles, in my opinion. Okay, we were created to have different roles. Um, hey, I like a man who is strong. I'm not talking they have to be all buffed out, right? But definitely strong in character, who is a provider, who wants to provide for their family. Um, I want a protector. I don't actually have a problem with that. I don't think that that makes me weak. I don't think that that makes me less than. I don't think that makes me unimportant in any way. Um, I think that again, we're created for different roles and that we have strength in that. And okay, a couple of you guys were saying, about talking about lifting each other up, right? I think that we lift each other up in different ways. Um, and so, and I don't see that that's the thing is, yeah, I appreciate a strong man, but that does not mean that I can't be a strong woman. I stay home. Yes, I work too, but mostly I work from home. Um, I would never in 1,000 years consider myself a weak woman. I would never consider myself less than. Um, you know what? I am raising the next generation. I homeschool my kids. Um, yeah, there are times when I'm an introvert in the sense that I need my quiet time to rejuvenate. Um, I don't get energized by being around people. That saps me. I can totally be around people. I can totally have fun. Um, but I call it being on. I can be on. I'm going to spend the next few days being on, but I have to have my quiet time, right? So I enjoy, some quiet time away from my kids. But the reality is, I'm with my kids so very much. And I tell you what, um, my kids are all older. They're all in their teens. Um, and even my son, they want to be around me. I mean, in today's world, how many people can say that their teenage kids want to be around them? So much so that I have to be like, okay, mama needs some space. Okay. um, but I digress. Sorry. Um, but the point is that I'm raising up the next generation. Um, I'm providing a stability in this home. I'm providing um, a schedule and a rhythm here, and and I'm pouring. I mean, you don't have to be a homeschooler, but in my case, I'm pouring into their education. Nobody cares about my children's education more than I do, right? Um, so anyway, oh heavens, I'm taking Bill's words. Well, that's true, Bill. You are a psycho. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm with you. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here because I bounced all over the place for a second. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read what you guys are saying and kind of catch up. The feminist push nowadays, unfortunately, is a mess. I'm paraphrasing, Bill. Things must change. If your partner can't handle you, find someone who has enough self confidence and can support you and lift you up and inspire you. And that's again, um, we we're meant to be partners, to be in this thing and to, you know, my kids get very specific things from me that they don't get from their dad. And they get very specific things from their dad that they don't get from me. And that doesn't make me less than. I don't need to be everything to everyone. We were never meant to be everything to everyone. Um, that's just really prideful, actually, to think that I could be everything to everyone. Um, yeah, that's prideful, actually. I'm going to go with that. All right, I'm going to go back to y'all's comments. Yeah, Len, you're right. Until you're in a situation, until you're tested, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know how you're going to. You don't know how you're going to hold up. Um, feminine equality. Um, feminine equality is more for equal jobs, pay, military, no sexual harassment, etc. Yeah, I look at it as okay. So I'll take something like equal pay. Um, see, I think that that is one of those lies um, that the left tells us that there isn't equal pay, that women are paid less for doing the same jobs, and I don't actually agree with that. Um, I believe that there are many factors that go into that. Just naturally, you know, most women are in a relationship between men and women. Women are the ones who are going to be taking off more due to kids. Women are the ones who are going to be, um, choosing to have kids. So they're, um, oh, KK, love you. Good night. Um, so women are taking off, they're having babies, maternity leave. When the kids are sick, a lot of times you know, mom is taking off. And I mean, I guess you could say, oh, mom shouldn't have to do that. But I think many times moms want to, because I think that's how we are built. Um, and I'm saying most times, obviously, we can't umbrella this, but I think a lot of times moms, when their babies are sick, they want to be the ones that are there. Um, every time my kids, that sounds really bad, but every time actually anybody in my family has to go to the ER, I'm going to be there. Um, and this happened recently, actually. My daughter um, inhaled some pool water, and that can be very dangerous. Into the ER, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm leaving the meeting I'm in. I'm going." And it didn't matter that she had her dad there. It didn't matter. I don't care who would have been there. I was going to be there. Um, so, again, not with everybody, but a lot of times women are going to be the ones who are taking off for that. And so they're putting, um, hello, demigoddess, I believe I'm saying that right. A lot of times they're putting, you know, the personal before the the business. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, Len, back in the 1960s, my grandfather told me to be old and wise, you first have to be young and stupid. That's funny. Um, you want all of those characteristics in a woman also. What are those characteristics, Robert? I'm sorry, I kept yapping. You're someone's unicorn? I love unicorns. It's kind of a silly thing of mine from childhood. Hey, food stamp. Food stamp fabulous. Well, the official story, Bill, is that she inhaled pool water. Okay? We're sticking with that, especially on YouTube. So, Demi Goddess, do you know any of these people? These people, these wonderful, amazing people? Um, okay, so I actually did start by doing a StreamYard panel. But first of all, they weren't jumping on. Secondly, my the visual was bad, and it might have been because I had 100 windows open. Because even when I jumped over here, it was um, it was um, it was a little glitchy. So I shut some things down. So yeah, we just switched over here. I'm new at this, so welcome. You're getting in on uh, completely amateur night, I guess. All right. Um, so I told you that I was just jumping all around um, because I think a real man, the role of a man, highly tied into the role of men and women and the feminist movement. Um, but yeah, I mean, do I think women should be, chained in the basement and, not able to come out into day? No, but that's not how it was before the feminist movement anyway. um, so um, I think we need to stop making some of the issues bigger than they are. Um, and I think, again, going back to the second thing I said, um, is we need to stop lying to women and telling them they're not good enough, telling them that staying home, that raising kids is not good enough for society, that they are less than. So that's my feeling on that. Um, what do you guys think? Am I completely nuts? Well, don't answer that. Bill. It's nice to meet you, Demi. Or would you rather be called Goddess? Yeah, I mean, I've been hanging with you guys, but I actually don't know a whole lot about your pasts. So, you know, I'm not trying to step on anybody. I just really believe that it's all built on a lie. Okay, explain that. Depends on the upbringing, truthfully. What does? Whether women are less than if they are at home? What you mean? Okay, depends on the upbringing of depends on the upbringing of the women. If they are so are you thinking like within their family, if they're looked at as less than, if they don't, get the degree, get the job, whatever, the career? Is that what you're saying, Bill? Because I'm kind of looking past what is perception because I think perception is bunk. um, I mean, because a family, okay, um, okay, but you know, because a family, a child can grow up in an abusive family, right? And a verbally abusive family that emotionally abusive that convinces that child that they're stupid, that they're ugly, that they're fat, that they're not enough, that they'll never be anything. But is that true? No. That child isn't stupid. That child isn't, you know, fat, ugly, whatever, right? Um, that's the family that's messed up in that case. That's their issue. But that's not truth. And in this regard, I think that as well. I don't think that it matters how you're brought up, um, determine truth, I guess. Um, yeah, no, Demi, I agree. I think that dads should um, be the model for what their daughters should expect in a man. Um, does a dad open the door for his daughter? If he does, then she's going to expect that out of the man that she marries eventually. Um, you know, does a dad um, speak kindly to their daughter? Does he compliment her? Um, Bill, you're so difficult. But yes, okay. In some cases, Bill, you're right. But I am talking about an abusive situation, right? I'm talking about a situation where, and yes, no, even if they are, the parents, the family should not be the ones telling them that. You are a difficult one. Um, so, anyway, yeah, fathers should treat their daughters like princesses. I agree. Um, I will say, I will admit that I am a princess, but oh, Robert, see, you beat me to it. But um, I am in no way, shape, or form weak, if that makes sense. Um, I absolutely, um, like I said in the beginning, believe in having a protector as a man of strength, a provider, but that doesn't lessen what I bring to the table. Does that make sense? Bill, are you dying here? Do you need to call in and debate this with me? Okay, so yeah, a strong princess woman. I don't mind shining my tiara. So yeah, I mean, I I always learned, I always thought what I teach my what I teach my kids. You can, Bill. What I teach my kids is that they need to be the kind of person that the okay, how am I going to say this? We have this ideal of who we want in our future, of the man or the woman that we want in our future. And I always say, if you want that, then you need to be the person that that person would want. you need to, if you want a man, I'm talking to my girls, if you want a man of strong character, of, um, who is loving and kind and encouraging and all of these things, then you need to be those things. You need to be those things as well. And yeah, it's supposed to be a partnership. Who is it?
Hi there. I have a UPS delivery for you.
For me. For me. Hey, can you guys hear Bill okay? I have to remember that my mic is on my.
Mocha like a pizza. Mocha like a pizza.
What?
Oh, that's PG. Sorry.
Okay, so.
Or actually, how we pronounce it in the island, that's Fijian.
Fijian?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Somebody's gonna tell me if they can hear you okay.
Okay.
I mean, you can keep talking, but I just.
Oh, you want me just to talk about anything? All right.
Well, you can tell me what you think. I mean, you're. Yes, Demi, that is Bill. Yeah, you're mouthy in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. No, it's good.
I apologize.
No. It's totally good. It's awesome. No, it's awesome. So, what do you think about this whole feminism thing? What am I saying about being enough?
I don't know. Tell me. What are you saying? What are you asking me exactly? What do I think about this whole chivalry is not dead? Is that kind of what we're getting at here? Like men should be men, and the definition society puts it that men should be men. Yes, men should be men. They should not be, as you put, soy boys.
Okay.
They shouldn't be.
So
men need to learn how to grab, hold, and court a woman. I mean, I think being a player, it's the circle of life. It's how things should be done. But I will admit that things are way out of balance over where they should be right now. And forgive me for the noise a second. I gotta open the garage door. My dog wants to go out and go crazy, so it's gonna be loud for a second.
Sorry. Okay, no worries.
All right. So.
Oh, Bill, that's so horrible. It's just terrible noise.
I know, right?
The funny thing is, I barely heard it. So.
Okay. All right. That's good.
It's all good. Yeah. So.
You know why? You know why you didn't hear it?
Why?
Because I'm a good man, and I grease the bearings in my garage door opener, and I grease the chain.
That's
so
right.
It's not loud.
You took care of things.
Mark of a good man.
It is. Greasing the bearings in your chains. Is that what you said?
Yes, I grease my chains.
Okay.
That's super manly in and of itself.
Absolutely.
Yes, I grease my chains. You don't grease your chains.
Yeah, we're left field here. No, that's all right. Anyway, yes. So no, really, if yes, chivalry and all that, yes, but okay, actually back up, because this takes us to the what is a real man. You're saying yes, that they should be a real man, they shouldn't be a soy boy. So what is that real man?
I think a real man is pretty basic at its core. It's like, all right, so nobody's going to lay a hand on your family member without you having some issues with it, whatever. You might not be a badass. You might not be able to defend yourself, but if you just allow that shit to happen and not like stand up for yourself, it's standing up for yourself. It's not being overwhelming. It's just, you're protecting your plot in life. You're choosing to be with somebody that eventually maybe you raise a family with, and hopefully at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you're not like smiling when they die. But a lot of people, unfortunately, just throw that shit away, and it's just uncommon. I mean, they make it just so much easier for people just to walk away from, commitments. And some of them have to be walked away from. A lot of them have to be run away from because people are fucked. People are just, man, I listen to people. I hear people in public. I hear people in relationships. I hear how guys talk to women. I hear how women talk to guys. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't spend 2 damn seconds with either one of those people. And I hear it enough where I'm just like, society has no chance. Just zero chance.
Yeah. Well,
but then there are great people. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, no, that's okay. I was going to say, I think, when you're talking about how people talk to each other, I think it's interesting, the way people fight, because when people disagree, what do, right? Do you yell? Do you throw things? Do you call names? Do you say things that you don't mean, and so they don't matter later? I'm air quoting, you may not be able to see me, but, and I look at all that. I guess my thinking is that the other person should know that even as much as you might disagree with them in the moment, or you might be frustrated at whatever the situation is, that you still love them and that you still respect them. So can you go through a fight with respect? I think that is a telltale sign, and a huge factor on whether or not or how things work in a relationship.
Yeah. No, I think what you're bringing up is 100% right. But what I think maybe is missing is that there is not a correct age limit on when someone should get married. Because you're 18 does not mean that you should get married. I know a lot of people that are in their 40s that shouldn't get married and shouldn't be married. It's a mindset. And unless you're willing to understand what really marriage and all of that entails, because it really it's a decision for you to change your life to mesh with somebody else, and then eventually maybe you have kids, maybe not. But either way, you're still splitting your life 50-50, saying, you know what, I want to go through this, whatever this is, with somebody.
Right.
Somebody that I trust, somebody that maybe I'll call my best friend one day, and quite honestly, by the time you get married, it should be your best friend.
Right.
I'm beyond anybody that you would just say, oh, that's my friend, and meeting them for cocktails. No, I think your mate should be your best friend. And if that means waiting longer to get married, and people get to be friends, and you might have to go through a few things, marriage and the rules of marriage have changed over the years. And the reason that over is now fail. I mean, not good odds. Very easy to look away from something,
Right.
It's easy.
Well, and the reality is things have really changed. Marriage anymore is not about what you're bringing into the marriage to that other person, what you're giving in marriage. It has become about what they're doing for you. And the thing is we are always going to fail. We're going to fail each other. I mean, it's just inevitable. We will fail each other. So if you're looking for what that other person is going to be giving you all the time, and you expect to be on the receiving end all the time, you're going to be unhappy because it's not going to
It's not
happen.
reasonable. It's not a
No.
reasonable expectation of anybody.
No, it's not. It's not. And
It's not.
and I think that the reality is that I certainly want to give to someone more when they're giving to me, right? And so my thought is, if I give more, if I want to give, and I don't know, I guess for one, it makes me feel better, or it makes me feel good to put that smile on somebody's face. It makes me feel good to have them feeling good, and the thing is that I kind of look at it like, let's see if we can outgive each other. Let's see if we can out kind each other or outlove each other, right? And
that's
if you
an ideal situation.
right,
Sure.
right. But even stepping away from the ideal, we've gone way, way the other way. And it is all about, what is this person doing for me? And like you said about the best friend thing, I heard something a couple of years ago, that marriages fail more because not because of a lack of love, but because of a lack of friendship.
Between the two?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess so. If you're not friends, I mean, I think you just, I don't know. You know what? I say that in hindsight. I've been married 27 years.
Yeah, you're old.
And I go back to, yeah, thanks. I go back to the early years. And I've said this on my stream. I was not a great ambassador. I was just all about like sports and like softball and fucking getting together for beers with the dudes after work and shit. It was just dumb. I was just young, but I still was good. I was a good person. I just wasn't. Most guys aren't worth their weight in shit until they're about 28, 29. They start waking up, and it's just an opinion. It does not mean that there's not anomalies. There's certainly guys that are young that break that mold, and like they're phenomenal. But most guys really, as they get in their late 20s and they get those illusions out of their heads, it takes some time, and that's really, I think that's where that term, the 7-year itch, comes from. Let's say you get married at 20. At 27, you realize your dude's a douchebag. You start seeing other people and stuff that are not that way. I mean, that term got its saying for some reason. There's something about that amount of time together where people just start, whatever, the honeymoon's over, I guess. Mm-hmm. And if you can get through that and move forward, then you got a shot. But you have to, I guess really what that's about is breaking your illusions of what you think all of this is supposed to be.
Right.
Because really you're talking about feeling of being hurt. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When you get to that point from feeling of being hurt.
Yeah.
And, upbringings, that kind of stuff. I mean, by the time you're 20, you spent 18, 19, 20 years growing up in the world you grew up in.
Right.
And you just mesh that all together with somebody else that you've known for a year or two.
Right. And when we grow up, it's always interesting, you get married and move in with this person, and they do laundry differently than you do. And oh my goodness, that's, you're breaking the, I don't know, the laundry covenant or something, right? They load the dishwasher differently.
What's this laundry thing you speak of? What is that?
Okay, well, in some relationships, Bill,
I'm playing.
there are these things called
I know how to do laundry.
diapers, and there's these,
I know how to do laundry. I'm not a complete caveman.
But you know what I mean, right? I mean, you grow up
I know what you mean.
you grow up in your family environment and you think that that's what the world is. Oh my goodness, I mean, it was a shock to me that everyone in the world didn't kind of think the way that my family thought. Not when I was 18, 19. By then I knew, but certainly, in the beginning of my teen years, right? To start
Right.
to learn that people actually thought differently than we did.
Were you a goody goody in school? Were you goody goody?
What do you think?
I think you were a total goody goody. I think you're probably the valedictorian of your high school, and maybe salutatorian. I don't know, but I would say you were maybe editor in chief of your newspaper. Played volleyball for 1 or 2 years and said, "I don't like these girls." and that, am I warm? Am I lukewarm?
I played tennis and I did gymnastics. But when I was 15, when I started my junior year, I did a dual enrollment program. And so I actually went to the college full time versus going to the high school. And I graduated with my 2-year right after I graduated with my high school diploma.
So I maybe got the valedictorian part right. You just didn't get the coveted name of it. Yeah.
I just looked at the possibility of spending 2 fewer years in school and thought, that's not a bad idea. Let's do that. So
yeah, I took a much different path in life, but I respect you for it. I think it's phenomenal. I
I was a goodie in the sense that I didn't walk outside the line a whole lot. I was pretty much a rule follower.
Really? I find that a very big stretch.
I know, right?
Yeah, if I'm being honest. It's okay, though. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I mean,
got your degree out of high school. Sweet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it took me 3 years to finish my last 2 years of college, if that makes it any better, so.
Yeah, that just means, I get it. You were super accelerated. Do you have an Indian in you by chance?
I don't know.
Oh. That would make so much more sense. What are you?
I don't know.
You don't know what you are?
No, sir.
Are you adopted?
No.
You don't know what you are?
No. And here's why. Because I actually don't care.
Okay.
I have always firmly believed that I am an American, and beyond that, I didn't really care. I don't really care about I'm gonna claim whatever this is. I don't know. I could be Scottish. Doesn't mean I'm gonna wear a kilt or have my man wear a kilt. You know what I mean? I mean.
Just for the record, you don't look Scottish to me. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, whatever.
You could be Syrian.
Syrian.
Maybe Egyptian.
I don't know. I mean, I know that my grandmother did some research, and I do have the information somewhere around here. But yeah, I just don't care. I'm an American. Nothing else matters to me. I'm an American. And I guess that's why, well, not why, but that is one thing that helps me in not kind of caring about what everyone else is either. You know, I don't care what color you are. Whatever. You know,
I'm white.
You are? I would have
Yeah,
never guessed.
I'm a white guy.
Oh my gosh, you look so black in your live streams.
I come from European descent. I understand. My family was from Europe.
Yeah.
It was the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were farmers. They were yeah. My name goes back to the Netherlands, and when I looked it up, it sounds like we were goat farmers, to tell you the truth. I wasn't real excited about that when I heard it,
but okay, there were some things that came to mind there that I will just not share because that would be.
Yeah, don't. There's only one thing you could imagine when you say the word goat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's good. That's where my family's from.
No, that is.
Well,
I mean,
part of them.
You know, again, that's. I don't, have an issue.
Do you want to know where my mom's from?
Where is your mom from?
She's a Pleiadian. I am actually a quarter alien. Did you know that?
Okay, can you hear me rolling my eyes or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Not Pleiadian. What I meant to say was Polish. Polish.
Oh, Polish. Yes. Okay. Now that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I just got my words mixed up. It's okay. Not Palladian.
Not Palladian. Yes. Robert is saying, for all we know, he could be a big black Korean woman. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong.
Actually true.
He said, not that there's anything wrong with that. Would you like me any less? Laugh out loud. Well, no, but I would be impressed with, because you've been on the phone before with Bill. So I would be impressed that it's that you're able to take your voice down like that. As a woman.
Well, I'm a man of many talents. So I get it.
Oh, Dia's.
I get it.
Dia's saying good night. We love you, Dee.
Easy. Live easy.
She says that you thought that she was black the first time you talked to her.
I totally thought she was black. I thought she was a Cajun black woman, and she, the first time we spoke, she was like, "Hey, Bill, what's going on with you, child? How you doing?" And I'm like, I got about 10 minutes of the conversation. I said, "D, I gotta ask you a question."
Oh my gosh.
What you want to know, child? I'm like, "Are you black?" She started laughing. She's like, "Ow!" She goes, "I ain't black." She goes, "I'm white." And I'm like, "Holy shit! I'm really fucked up."
She's laughing.
I must have been messed up.
Did she have her picture up then, or did she put her picture up just to help you?
I think she put a picture up, but believe me, I thought this was a black woman I was talking to, and then the second thought I had was, why is she listening to me? This black woman from Louisiana. She wasn't black.
Well,
she's
don't you think that your style and your humor and your information that you bring crosses the color boundary and the culture boundary?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I actually have never thought about that. Maybe it does. Because maybe I try to keep it real. Yeah, that would make sense, I guess.
Well, humor will take you.
Girl. All right. Well, I hate to say this, but I'm on the same time frame she is, and I gotta look at the back of my eyelids. I gotta call it a night. I've appreciated you having me on, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to have you on for real and grill you. I don't know, have you been grilled by anybody before? You grill everybody else?
I don't really think so. No, I don't think anybody's really. I mean, I've done some phone stuff, and had some chats with people and stuff, but no, not really. It's okay. I don't have anything to. I don't have a crazy upbringing, any of that. So I don't have any.
Well, I'm not looking
Or
for
maybe I
Springer
do. I
show
might.
stuff here.
I might actually. It just depends on how you interview me. You might get some shit out of me. I don't
Oh
know.
no.
We'll have to see.
That's funny.
It all comes down to the interviewer. You know that.
Yeah, oh, Dee, good night. Love you.
Good night, Dee. And I'm going to sign off too, Mel. Thank
Yes,
you.
that sounds good. I am going to I'm going to we're almost at an hour anyway, so I will shut down shortly after we
Good.
hang up. So I'll hang up and then I'll say goodnight to the
Okay,
chat.
sounds good. Thanks.
Yes.
Have a great rest of your night.
Yes.
Appreciate it, Mel.
You too.
Good night, guys. Nice seeing y'all. Peace out. See ya.
Bye. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Um, good stuff. I love the interactive stuff. I mean, I guess I could talk. I guess I'm probably not as good at just kind of talking without the feedback as Bill is. So I do enjoy you guys kind of talking back and telling me you think I'm crazy or, right on, or, I'm sure there's nothing between those. So anyway, thank you. Thank you. Well, I love to smile and I love to laugh. And um, I just think we should do more of it. So, all right, you guys have a good night. Love you guys. I'll chat with you later.